This is the meeting of the Board of Public Works. It's being recorded by Marshfield Community TV, September 11th, 2023. It's a library room plaza. We have a 610 appointment with Craig Jameson, Director of Maintenance Assistant with the skate park. Action items, award contract number 2023-09. Residual transportation and disposal agreement. Award contract number 2023-10, electrical maintenance, wastewater and water divisions. Number 3 is a water division supply bids.
We're going to pass over that, John.
On number 3?
Yes.
Number 3 is being passed over. Discussion for all special town meeting articles. We got a vote to accept the meeting, accept the minutes of July 17, 2023, open meeting minutes. Superintendent's report, 965 Plain Street update. Number 2, Serve Ave update. Number 3, Plymouth Ave pump station update. Number 4, DPW superintendent search update. Number 5, Board of Public Works admin search update. Next meeting, September 25th, 2023. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so can we go right to?
Go right to,
Craig?
actually, if you want to take up the, we got a couple of minutes here. Why don't we can take up the visual transportation and disposal agreement.
Yeah, that's you, Ken?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I just made one correction onto the memo that was in your book, so we did a copy of this. The correction, I had it as a 1-year contract, but it's actually just the first 2 years of a 3-year contract, so it's 2 years initially and then a 1-year extension. So this is the contract for the wastewater treatment plant for the hauling away and disposal of the wastewater residuals. We went out to bid. We only had one bidder, and it's the incumbent vendor that we do have. They've been doing it for a number of years. They seem to be a big trucking company that seems to have all the contacts. So because of that, prices have gone up and people have not been willing to actually sign up for it. It's actually a problem all over the state for sludge disposal. So we do have one bidder. We feel that they're very well qualified because they've been doing it. So our recommendation is to go ahead and give a new contract to Wastewater Services. It's a 2-year contract, so it would be for years 1 and 2. And then there is a 3rd year, an additional year that we can add on to it at the discretion of the board. So last year it was 6.6 cents per gallon for transportation, $385.30 per dry ton for disposal. Prices have gone up to 8.8 cents for transportation and $425 for disposal. They are significantly higher, but again, it's the only person who's willing to take it right now, and our options are very limited.
Okay. So it just went up 2 cents per gallon. We got one bidder.
Yes.
Not much we can do about this. I'll turn it over to Bob. You have any comments?
Blackstone, is it a landfill?
No, it's a treatment facility. I believe they actually have an incinerator. I think they actually burn
Incinerate?
sludges, yeah.
No comments.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Diane.
Do you foresee more companies taking this on after this 3-year contract is up?
I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough business.
Do they ever do longer than a 3-year contract?
We can't go longer than a 3-year contract.
3 is the long, I mean, we go to town meeting and get anything over a 3. We can do, this board can approve up to a 3-year contract. Anything longer requires town meeting.
I'm just curious if it would be smart to try to get a couple more years out of them. If you think that there's not going to be any, because they might go way up after 3 years, or maybe not even be available.
Yeah,
that's a town meeting question.
Yeah, and the question back to, I guess, these vendors would be, would they be willing to go longer?
Yeah.
Because they might not, if they get kicked out over Blackstone, I used to go who knows? So how can they set their bid if they don't know where they're gonna end up going?
And also the regulations are changing with the residue. And with PFAS and COVID, we don't know what is going to come down the road on the disposal of that. So that's something in the future that's going to have to be considered.
Which will drive the price up.
Which will drive it, yes.
Yeah.
It's not just a Marshfield issue.
No, obviously it's.
I think in a longer contract, they'll have to upfront the cost
No.
without it some kind of cost escalator on an annual basis anyway. So it really doesn't make sense to go longer than 3 years. You'd be lucky to get it 3 years.
I think it would be typical for someone to bid at this point in time.
Is this all coming out of wastewater?
Yes.
So we still have the septic trucks come down and dump.
Yes.
So it's part of the whole general population.
Yes.
So why can't we have the general fund kick some money
Well, I mean, it's a wastewater issue. I don't know if we can, the whole town isn't sewage, but and a lot of that septic, not all of it is from Marshfield.
Yeah, it's tough to tell where the septic comes from. And we do charge them, so that's revenue that we use to offset operational expenses.
in? Well, something has to be done.
I mean,
With-
one of the things that could be considered on the transportation side would be to get our own tanker, tractor-trailer tanker, and do the hauling ourselves of the sludge.
Not a bad idea.
You know, we'd still be paying the disposal costs, but the transportation costs could be.
Will it really? Because you got capital expense on the equipment, you got a driver, you got labor. Then what happens when you're not doing the downtown with the truck?
No, I mean, the truck would be there available for that purpose, but the individual who would drive it has other duties other
I get
than just
that.
driving the truck, and the truck wouldn't, go every single day.
No. But you have to do an analysis to
Right.
determine
See
what's
what
the cost benefit analysis of it.
right.
I'm okay with the way it's written.
Yeah, we have to be. Nothing else we can do about it. So is there a motion there, Ken?
Yes. So the motion is to execute year 1 and year 2
Oh, I see it. I'm
of
sorry.
residuals transportation disposal agreement, contract number 2023-09 to Wastewater Services, Inc., and authorize the chairman or designated member to execute the contract documents when they have been prepared.
Yeah, I know, I see, I'm sorry, it was on the,
And
Yeah,
double-sided.
I think one of us has to read the motion. You want to do that? You see it? None of that. Give it up.
Oh, okay. I'm looking for it here too.
I know.
To execute,
Year 1 and 2.
okay, sorry, year 1 and 2 of the residuals transportation and disposal agreement, contract number 2023-09 to Wastewater Services, Inc., and to authorize the chairman or designated member to execute the contract documents when they have been prepared.
Discussion? None?
Yeah. A second?
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Bob?
Yeah, yes.
Yes. All right, 3-0. Thanks, Ken.
Thank you.
Okay, now we can do the KISS.
Okay, we're going to go back to Craig Jameson, number 1 appointment. No documents,
We don't have
okay.
anything on that, right?
No.
So what do we got?
Craig
How's it going? Well,
is here for the recreation, so he's going to, we don't have any information that we got ahead of time, so he's just going to make the presentation.
Okay.
well, thank you for having us here with Chris Cooney of Russell, Ed Hassett as well. Led the charge to create the skate park in town, and was it 2012?
Yes. that's when we started.
2012 when they started. That was before my time as recreation director. And basically, we're kind of here to kind of just go over, the challenges we're having with maintenance and kind of just explore any way we can get some help with that, or where we can go next to try to get that help. And we're going to kind of let Chris take the lead because he's been here since the beginning.
Yeah, no, thank you. Do you want to stay there, or is it okay if we stay
So
here?
right there.
Oh, sure.
Fine with you there.
So I know Bob was, I remember scrutinizing the project, and I know Tom was back when we started it. I don't remember if you two folks
I'm brand
were-
new.
Okay, all right, so you were
On
right.
the board then.
What?
First did the skate park.
I can't remember.
You're
Doesn't
not.
matter.
It's a long time ago.
So anyways, we need your help, we need your guidance. We see this as just starting the process. And I just wanted to go over a little bit of the history, and then sort of talk about what the next 10 years might be, and like I said, get some guidance from you if possible on what to do, okay? So, Bob, you probably remember the timing of it is Doug and I came up with this idea in the spring of 2012, because the then existing skate park was expired. It was those mobile ramps that had to go. We went to town meeting in April of 2014, and it opened in June of 2016. At the time, and this is where it all kind of comes together, I think, we had MOUs with two parties to take care of the maintenance and the landscaping, respectively. The maintenance MOU was with Levitate, Dan Hassett, for a period of 3 years. And the landscaping was with a company called Terra Verde Landscaping. The guy's name is Joshua Coopero, local Marshfield guy. Those, however, I think we renewed them for a year. Those expired in 2020. Since then, it's been sort of a community catch-all effort. I know you've dedicated some resources to it. Dan's continued to fill in. We have a 501c3 that has some money. We've used that to replace 3 of the picnic tables down there. Dan and I and my wife and kids went and took the graffiti off the bowl a couple weekends ago. We've put plantings there and some random things. We cleaned all the mold off the sign. But that's not a good enough solution long term. I mean, we can't rely on that catch-all situation. So just the financials, and I think, Bob, you'll remember this. It was a $500,000 project. 375 came from the CPC. 125 came from us in kind and cash. Some of that cash went directly to the town to reserve for repairs that are going to be needed. We use some of that cash also to pay for the independent design of it, because apparently the town couldn't hire the same company to build and design. So we paid for the design, which was like $30,000. So, I mean, I think we're all thrilled with the outcome. It's unbelievably popular. And it's really, really well built. I mean, knock on wood, thanks to Doug and his oversight of that. But, now we're 7 years in, and the MOUs have expired, and it is going to need some repair. So that's kind of where we're at. So there's 3 things we sort of want to get your thinking on, if possible. I'll start with the biggest one. It's the wall on the north side. It's falling down, and it needs to be replaced. So the idea that we have is that we're going to take that wall out. We'd like to put some big stones in, not quite as big as the Uncle Bud stone, but just stones, so we don't have to maintain them. And then add a concrete slab kind of from where it is now to the back of the ramps to take care of that dirt and sand. So back in 2012, we didn't know how to build a skate park, so we started to ask the town boards. That's the first thing we need help on. How do we do that? Is that an in-house thing? Is that an outside thing? Is that CPC? So that's number 1. Number 2 is, what can the town do for landscaping? And related to that is cleanup. I mean, Dan's always going to be there. Dan will always be cleaning it up. There's just no question in my mind. That's just the way he is. But We would like to have those internal trash barrels removed. They're non-functioning. I don't know who, puts trash barrels. It's just not a good situation. Want those gone. There's also a little welding that needs to be done around the handicap railing that I think was damaged with the car accident. Those are kind of minor things. And we'd like to get some trash barrels outside, and just a sort of a plan to get those emptied. Again, we're there a lot. We put stuff in there. So it's the wall, trash, and the landscaping. We just want to, get your thoughts and guidance on what to do.
The wall and the slab, if I may,
Go right in.
I think is a conservation issue. We probably have to start there. The slab, we're in a flood zone up there, so there's a flood zone permit now required. There's more permitting required now than it was when you first built this. So we've got to go through that. Funding is an issue. We don't have enough to do what we have to do now. And, we're down 3 or 4 employees also, so that's been an issue with us lately, since COVID. And so the landscaping, I know we did some work already.
Just on that, if I may. So just, the funding's an issue, totally get it. What is the CPC? Just refresh.
Well, CPC, we could go to CPC if something new. You can't use CPC funding from maintenance.
Okay,
So it has to be new.
new.
So
So if
you're taking the
frame
wall
this,
down,
yeah.
you're replacing it with a slab and stones, that's new.
New, okay.
So we could apply to CPC for that funding.
Would you help us with that? I forget.
We gotta move because it's, the end of September is the deadline for getting your CPC requests in for next year.
For next year.
Right, September 30th is the deadline.
Honestly, do you think we're too late?
No,
No?
No.
no, you can just put a placeholder in
Yeah.
Okay, all
and
right.
get the details afterwards.
Let's do that.
Just get the app in,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then
I gotta,
Okay.
Tom, yeah, I can absolutely put in the application. Would it be called like a capital improvement?
No, it would be a capital improvement, but it wouldn't be capital funding.
Okay.
It would be CPC funding, so
Right,
it'd be a request through CPC.
And
No
how-
capital planning, but community preservation.
Right, how would I like phrase that?
It's a project.
new project.
Just a new project?
Yeah, new wall and.
And I can sit with you and we can put the application in together. It's pretty simple.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pretty simple.
It's a flatland area for kids. We want to get sort of the really young kids back there and out of that middle
Yeah.
section. It's the only thing we can improve.
Right. That's something that we need to, again, go through conservation to make sure and
Okay.
talk with Michael.
Okay,
And then we'd also have to talk with Andrew Stewart. He's the floodplain coordinator. So we need to ask him if a permit would be required there. Where we're putting in an impervious material,
yeah,
that's an issue with conservation in a flood zone,
Okay.
so.
all right. I have some time through the end of the month. Would you just stay on it for us and keep me involved? Okay.
And as for the landscaping,
Yep,
we can go, cut the grass and do the weed whacking around the perimeter of it and all that. I'm glad to see Dan here because I wanted to ask him about that grass spot out front in the new parking lot. I've had 2 people ask about adopting that island and putting flowers in there, and I didn't know if you were interested in doing something like that there, or, we've thought of that as an adopt an island location.
I think if people want to do it, we should let them. Like realistically, I told my staff this summer, just weed whack it so it doesn't get tall.
Sure.
So people, I think from like a safety standpoint, the cars have to be able to see over it.
Yeah, we don't want anything
Yeah.
big, but we wanted to keep it low profile, but make it look nice there with Rosa Ragusa or something low lying.
If there's someone that's like passionate and wants to do it, we just let them do it.
Sure.
You've seen our gardens.
Yeah,
Dan's green thumb's not great?
No, well, I mean, but yeah, if no one wants to do it, we would do it, but I
Sure.
think if someone's asking.
okay. No, we've had landscapers ask, we've had a couple of citizens just come up and ask if
Yeah.
anyone was interested in doing it, they would be, and we just got someone for the front of the library and the side here
That's
at
awesome.
this entrance, so.
That's great.
So if people are interested in volunteering, we put a sign up for them, it's a little free advertisement, so.
Right.
We get landscapers mostly that wanna
Okay.
do things, the Rotary does one and things like
And
that.
where is that guy? I mean, I love the flagpole and that piece of it. Is that?
So out on the corner of CVS now, like,
Okay.
looking towards that intersection?
Oh,
It's the
okay.
One
new
that-
entrance,
Ah, okay. Yep.
green space there now where it was big sidewalk before.
It's great. It's a huge win. Like the traffic flow there is so much better. And now cars can't park when you're pulling in, coming east basically. There's not cars blocking your view while you're trying to pull in. You can, and that's, I know it's by design, just to not have cars right in that corner.
And I noticed someone, so where the flagpole is, which we just thrilled that we're right next to that. It's kind of incorporated in. Somebody planted grass, is that?
I think the veterans take care of it.
Yeah,
Take care of it?
Yeah, the
Okay.
veterans take care of that flagpole.
Okay.
They have a little ceremony there on Veterans Day. They put a wreath on it. So the veterans, they take care of it there.
Got it. Okay. All right, so you got the big project. So cutting grass, weed whacking, okay. Dan, you work with Tom on that? Is that what you guys are saying?
I can chime in on that. So I have a senior tax relief worker, in addition to Dan's guys, people, that goes over and weed whacks periodically and mows. His take is the trash is one of the biggest issues, and that's through no fault of anybody's here, but it's just the community, the kids throwing around trash and stuff. But one of the issues is those garbage can container holders that don't have garbage cans in them. Everybody thinks it's a garbage can, but there's no bottom on it, and then that's going everywhere. So that's my senior tax relief worker's biggest thing. He was like, if we just get rid of those.
Either that or put a barrel in them like they're supposed to.
We were told,
How do you lift it up?
we were told
Kind
by,
of flips on the
I don't know
door opens in the
who it
front.
was, but somebody from DPW told us that somebody got injured years ago trying to take it out and they won't touch it.
All right, then we'll get something different down there.
So Nancy, my assistant, has been talking with, who is it? Donna? Debbie Sullivan. And she's been great. She did put a new barrel inside the park over there, but I think it'd just be great to get those, because they're metal and they're
Right.
into concrete. We could just get those cut out.
We'll go over and take a look at it.
I think that would make a big
But
difference
if you
on
need to
trash.
move it out, we'll get it on a regular trash pickup route. I mean, he does rubbish every day, and he should be going through there.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And when you two are out there, if you see anything else, we're still here, Doug and I, so, we'll take something up. We still have a little money left in the 501c3's account. We're keeping it though for, like, the picnic tables. It cost us a couple $100, things like that.
I have a fundraising thing I'll share with you on bricks. I can't do it because I don't have the nonprofit, but it's a program where you can buy brick pavers. And you can do a circle around a flagpole, or you can do a patio with them. It's a pretty good program. You can raise some pretty good money from it. So I'm talking to a couple of the other youth groups about doing it in some locations in town. It's a way to raise some money.
I like that, because the Bug Rock, we put some grass in there and some pea stone, but that'd be good around. It didn't last.
You can get a single-sized regular brick, or you can get a double brick, and
Yeah.
you can have the family's name engraved in it. And it can be painted, so you can, it shows up better, but
We'll do that, and also, just so you know, when the wall comes down, those pavers will have to be repurposed somewhere, so just factor that into the
I
picture.
did want to mention, that might, that,
yeah. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I have to go to the selectmen's meeting.
Gotcha.
So I'll be back.
That rock wall, I did mention it to the town administrator last week when I had a meeting about something else. It does have sponsors on the top layer of bricks. And he was like, I don't know about knocking that down. But I think that's just another thing we'll have to discuss.
We
Run
do-
by everybody.
Okay, are you guys set?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done.
No, our superintendent had to go to a meeting with the selectmen. He's coming back. So is there anything else? Because we just, we're more than happy to help you.
I think we got what we need, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, my biggest thing is the rec department, we don't have any maintenance help for, like to say, and we get all the calls. So we appreciate you listening to us and yeah, we'll start the process.
He'll work with you.
Really
good.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Will you,
Thanks.
my only question, and Craig, I think you could probably point on that, or
Yeah.
tell me or whoever what to do.
Yeah.
But it's like, these questions, right? Like if it's trash and there's trash everywhere, so, and it's not cleaned up, someone, a civilian might call town hall, and town hall might call any of us or the DPW. I just think we have to get a line around the communications plan. You know?
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes I don't know what to say. I'm like, oh, go. Even if I do go clean it up, it might be trash the next day.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we just need to be like, maybe in an email or something. You could.
I got two questions before you leave.
Yeah.
So number one would be, some mentioned the wall is going to go to CPC as a project that's new and can be funded through the CPC. The trash, Tom Reynolds is going to work with you on the trash, either in or out, or some kind of, we need to have trash receptacles down there, because you got Dairy Queen, you got other places there. Otherwise, there'll be a mess in the downtown. The landscaping, sounds like the DPW will assist you with your senior person. You did have mentioned long-term maintenance, improvements later on. What is the lifeline for the existing facility, and when does it sunset that you're going to actually end up having another major rehabilitation of the skate park?
So we have at least 10 years, but what it's showing us is it's probably a lot longer than that,
Okay.
especially if we do some interim maintenance. For example, we're going to paint the coping with a floor paint, a cement floor paint that keeps it from cracking.
Yeah.
But to be perfectly honest, I don't think anybody expected it to be used this much. So, and I mean, it's just such an intense use. But thank God it's held up. At least 10. I think if we do it right, we'll get 20. More. So 30 total. Yeah.
So are you doing preventative maintenance on an annual basis?
Not yet, but we're going to have to start.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to have to start.
10-year recommendation.
Yeah.
Inspection of sorts.
Yeah. Yep. And we'll probably pay out of the 501c3 to have that grind line built and come out and give us an assessment.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys very much.
Sorry to take up so much time. Good to meet you.
No,
Thank you.
no, no problem at all. Nice
Take it
to
easy.
meet you all.
Thank you. Okay, and please, forget right, we're not out of here yet. Okay, we're going to,
Why is he going to the
he has to go, they're discussing.
Oh, town meeting.
No, this.
No, electrical maintenance.
Oh,
We do electrical maintenance?
You're discussing
The Bonos.
Brett Rock,
Yeah, okay.
Teardrop.
The Bonos property.
Yeah.
Right,
So he's coming back.
yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, Bob, what did you say?
No, we did item number 1.
Yeah, we're doing
We can go
two.
do item number 2 and 3.
No, three is out.
3 is out. So we can do item number 2.
That's correct. All right, who has two? Ken, go.
Hopefully it's
Ten.
him, because nobody else.
Ken didn't leave, so I figured let's keep him
No one
moving.
else.
All right, so for this one, this is a bid that we also had for electrical maintenance for the wastewater and water divisions. This is a 3-year contract that is done 1 year at a time. So sign up for 3 years, we issue the first year, and then we have 2 one-year extensions at the discretion of the town. The incumbent there is High Voltage. And frankly, high voltage is extraordinary in what they do. They know more about our facilities than anybody in this town knows. So when we have an electrical problem, we call them and they tell us where the problem is, diagnose it, fix it for us, all hours of the day, whenever. So they've been fantastic, done a really good job. We went out to bid. There were 2 bids that were received. Weston and Sampson was the other bid, and high voltage was significantly lower. So when we did our bid tabulation, they were at $69,908 versus Weston and Sampson was at $115,800. So the incumbent was much lower. It's really all about.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah, and it's all about the hourly rate. So high voltage, as an example, their regular hourly rate is I'm sorry, that's my old one. No, let me get my new one. My new one for high voltage is $104.60. That's an hourly rate for one electrician. The Weston and Sampson bid was $165. So you're looking at 105 versus 165, which when we put in the hours that we anticipate and everything, that's why it's that much bigger. It's really all about the hourly rate. So staff recommendation is that we sign up a new agreement with high voltage to continue to do the electrical maintenance in the water and wastewater divisions.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Put it out to the board. Any questions?
Nope.
No question.
Bobby? No questions. All right. I'll read the motion. The motion is to execute the first year contract number 2023-10, electrical maintenance, wastewater, and water divisions with High Voltage Associates, Inc., starting September 14, 2023, to authorize the chairman or designated member to execute contract documents when they have been prepared. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
3-0.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, right?
Good.
Good.
I'll stay around in Tom's absence in case there's something else.
Stick around. Okay, Andy, I'll get you those.
So,
We have, I think it's special, town meeting articles.
Mhm.
That was over there, Andy. So what do we got here? Supply bids, to be passed over. We have
There's
only had one
There's
article.
only one for our August one. Why isn't there? You don't know.
I'm not familiar with the articles.
It's a Brett Rock.
Yeah, for the, who knows, money.
so
that's
according to
what
what
they-
I read, John,
That's what they're talking about right
Right
now,
now.
over at the selectmen board.
yeah.
Right, we should be there.
So it looks, according to the language, we're getting a grant of $500,000. We're taking 250 from the general fund and 250 from chapter 9 to make it just an even million,
Just under $1 million.
just under $1 million.
That's what we've been saying all along.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
That way, we can discuss it when John comes back, but that's the way I
Yeah,
do it.
okay. All right, so we'll just
Okay.
move on to the next. Minutes, okay, minutes. So summer's gone. It is. This is all. Yeah, this is fine. Yep. Anybody have any questions, any changes? Make a motion, we accept these minutes.
I'll second it.
I gotta read it though. Yes, so, here we go. I make a motion, we accept the minutes, July 17th, 2023, to the open meeting minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, so we gotta wait for Tom to come back. So we'll go on recess.
Meeting. Somebody just texted me that they couldn't get in.
They told me I might not be able to get until 10.
So it might be, he might be there a while,
Yeah.
Okay.
you know, so we might wanna,
Okay, so we'll listen to Ken's update and then make a motion.
I don't think he's gonna be back too
Yeah,
quick.
okay, all right.
Okay, so
Sounds good.
for Surf Avenue, we're basically substantially complete with Diggett, the contractor out there. So later this week, we're gonna raise all of the catch basins to the binder elevation. We have to clean out the catch basins, make sure they're all clean, add some oil water separator hoods inside of them, but it's all kind of cleanup work. The goal is to get all that work done this week, so that next week we can come in, regrade the road one more time, then put down our binder and get that finally paved. In addition to that, not part of Diggett's job, but because we've addressed that there's always been a puddle over on Mayflower, we're gonna put an extra drop inlet structure and tie that into some of the new catch basins to hopefully alleviate that concern as well. So, you know, it's all weather dependent. Obviously, we have to have good days in order to do this. We're also coordinating with Eversource because there's valves for all the gas that's in Surf Avenue that has been buried while we're doing this job. So after we regrade it, they have to come in and raise up all their valve boxes so that they're above the pavement. So hopefully, you know, if we have a good weather window, we're looking at doing paving next week.
Good.
And then after the paving, we have to have Digger come back in again because they've cleaned up around the edges, but not knowing where the limit of the paving is, they can only do so much. So after the paving, then they'll come back in and they'll clean up all the edges and finish up with kind of the punch list of cleanup items we have.
Now, Ken, there is a drain at Farragut and Surf.
Yes, yes. Yep.
I understand. I still get the same message back. Go down and look, and I just said, it's there. Might not be able to see it right now,
Correct.
but it's there.
And now there's stakes showing where all those basins are, so look for the stakes.
No one believes them. Okay, thanks.
Right, I think I got that message
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And sent it to Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I called Ken, and he said, yeah, it's there.
So
but
you also got the message?
You can't see it.
Yeah.
So-
So, and then at that first paving layer,
Yes.
that stays till like the spring, and then
Yes.
you put another layer on
Yes.
top of that.
Yeah, the idea there is it's a low-lying area, it's wet. There could be some settlement with all the disruption that we've done with all the structures and everything we put in there. So if you were to do all the paving and finish it, you could have rutting
That would,
afterwards.
yeah,
So by putting just the binder down, we can have rutting, but then when we put it in the top course, we'll smooth all that out.
right.
So yeah, it's good to let it wait for a while. But I keep telling the residents down there, yes, we're gonna get the paving done now, but we're gonna come back, so the
Yeah,
project's really not gonna end until next year.
yeah. So then final paving would be like midsummer after, or
Well,
beginning of,
I'd personally rather do it before you get into like Memorial Day, before
Yeah.
the summer.
because there doesn't have to be a certain temperature for that.
It just
really.
has to be dry weather.
Okay.
Dry weather, not frozen.
Hmm.
And we would like not to be down there again in the summertime.
Would be
Sounds
good.
good.
Never freezes down there at the beach.
Do you have any questions?
She recommended coming, so I thought you guys would talk about getting regular maintenance on dirt roads.
Well, I expected that was going to be part of the town meeting articles discussion, but we only see, because we didn't get information on what was going to be discussed for town meeting, but we don't see a town meeting article for that, but it would come in under the budget.
I think so. I think it would be there for 65,000 like we normally ask for.
And it always gets kicked out every town meeting.
I know, but then we can go for free cash. I mean, we're defenseless. I mean, if they kick it out, they kick it out.
I know, that's what I'm saying, that's why I'm here, to get information on who I'm supposed to be chasing, because it's,
It's the town administrator.
So you,
This is what I get. I get, somebody points the fingers at them, the selectmen point the fingers at you guys, the town administrator, everybody points the fingers at everybody else. So I'm trying to figure it out. Because this is ridiculous, because
You're right.
I pay the same tax rate as everybody else in this town.
You're right.
And they used to do it more. Now all of a sudden, we're lucky if we do it once a year. One winter, they wouldn't deliver our mail, 3 weeks. We didn't know where our mail was. Go down the mailbox, they go, well, you have to tell the town to grade the road. Well, it's the middle of the winter, then they can't. It's frozen. So
What
it
street?
needs to be in the regular budget, so everybody doesn't have to go to the town hall, the town meeting, and go, please, can we have some money for this? That's why I'm here. I'm trying to figure out the best route to do this, because
What street?
Tom and everybody, they can't, they don't have money, I understand that. But it needs to be in the budget without having to beg for it. And everybody goes, whoa, I'm getting the runaround from everybody.
Join the club.
I know, but
What
that's
street-
I'm saying.
what street do you
That's
want?
why
What street are you on?
T-Rock Road.
right.
So,
So that was one of the roads that we used to grade every year. There's a private
we
road,
live there
private road
almost
open to the public.
every year.
Right,
And
it's
they used to
private,
do it all the
right,
time.
every year. We used to
Few
get
times a year.
$30,000 for private roads
And then all of a
open
sudden,
to the
the money
public.
goes,
and
no
thir-
more money.
Right. no.
So, why can't it be put,
But we have to, the issue is, here's the issue. The issue is it has to go to town meeting because it's a private road close to the public
Correct.
on an annual basis, because of the status of the road. It's not a public way. Town meeting vote allows us to go on private roads open to the public. So you do it on an annual basis to get the authorization. The money is a whole, it's a two-step process. We need the authorization, and we also need the money. And you're absolutely right. They've been playing with the money.
yeah,
last one,
they
it's
keep
this.
saying,
So,
oh,
you know-
no, gets pulled, oh, no. You know, it's like,
Yeah, we can't use chapter 90 money. You can't use general fund. It has to be a special, it has to be a line item authorization for the money and the authorization to do the work.
but the capital budget always goes, no, they don't recommend it. Oh, you know what? I bet you if they lived on that road or any of these dirt roads.
Well, the
they
capital
wouldn't be in
budget,
there. That's what I'm saying.
we got a $4 million grant, $4 million from the state to do the first seawall project. $2 million was cash, and $2 million was a zero loan, and the capital budget committee recommended that we didn't accept it. So
I remember that, yeah.
I said, you know, at town meeting, and that's crazy. So, you know, because we can't.
So he's looking for a solution,
I'm
so,
not here to point fingers.
So
at
we,
anybody.
Right.
I want to know who.
we hear your pain. Is I'm
I
telling you.
want to know who, I'm supposed to be rattling the cage.
But the thing is, it's not, the issue is it's not.
I don't want to become the next Bob Partners, but.
No, I get that.
I'm getting there.
I'm going to ask John a question. John,
Good. Go ahead.
did we get anything in the springtime for that?
I thought we did.
I thought we got $100,000.
Yeah, we,
So- But was it for all the roads, or was it for
No.
the private roads close to the public, open to the public?
I believe it was the private roads.
So we have the authorization.
It was
So
zero funded, and then we got up, and I think Dave made the motion.
They made the motion for the hundred,
For free cash,
because they didn't do the bus,
correct.
But
they didn't do a couple other things, they moved the money over.
He got very little money, I remember that, because I was there.
Yeah.
He got very little money.
Well, we didn't get the $300,000, so,
So it's like,
yeah.
I just need to know whose cage I need to stop rattling first.
Well, the thing is,
'Cause
I'm not sure we can do it in the fall,
No, it has to be.
No.
it has to be in the springtime. So,
Not-
when
not
we
as-
prepare the budget, we're gonna put it back in.
they're gonna take it out.
Well, they don't care, it's like, we still go to town meeting, if it's in the budget, and then even though they zero it out, at town meeting floor, we can put it back in.
We can amend it.
but that doesn't mean it's gonna pass. So really the key is for the residents to get together to support it. Because the select board isn't going to, probably. And then the people who typically, would vote against supporting that at town meeting will vote against supporting it at town meeting. So then nothing happens. So really the only way to get support for it is for residents to come together and go to town meeting and support it and vote yes. So,
It doesn't even get to the people. It doesn't even get to the people.
so they could do a citizens
It gets voted
petition
down before
for
it
town
gets-
Yeah, we
meeting.
could keep going around and around.
You could
here.
do a
We're trying to
citizens
help you, but,
petition.
we're kind of stuck.
Right, you could do a citizens petition for town meeting, you can get all your neighbors to sign it and go to town meeting and support it. And then it would be funded.
But it's not just T-Rock.
But but,
all.
right, I mean, it would have to be a general, I guess, citizens petition for, but, I mean, so it would take residents being organized on that issue. Because, the select board's not gonna give us the money
I think I'm
they're not
the
gonna
one that
support
cares
it.
that their roads have potholes.
I'm sure you're not the only one who cares, but you're the only one who's speaking up, but you're the only one who's here, right now, but there are other private, public use roads in town where people also want help with maintenance, so not just your road. So, going on social media or finding a way to, reach those people and get organized on a citizen's petition and then getting people to come and support it at town meeting is the answer. That you're looking for a solution, that's the way to do it. It's really the only way to do it because the select board's not gonna support it. And the capital budget committee's likely not gonna support it.
See, if we have an article for the private roads, and the selectmen kick it out, all you do is copy that article and put it in as a citizen's petition, which they can't throw out, and then get support at town meeting, if it passes, we get the money.
What?
25.
10 signatures for annual town meeting, 100 for special.
Oh, that's true. That's true, Mr. President.
And
Mr.
Total
Com-
said it's 25 Wilson
I'm
Road.
sorry.
Right, yeah,
Sorry,
so-
Mr. Commissioner.
Mr. Commissioner.
So yeah, 100 signatures. So, I mean, are you on social media? Do you,
Yeah, but that's like, that's gonna turn into, if the trash get delayed. So,
well, it's the best way to reach people. Like, that you don't know.
So this board here's the issue we are, and we've been pushing this issue for a long time. It's not just T-Rock, it's Medford Road, all those roads up in the Silver Pines.
Kent
There
Park,
are-
Bluefish
there's
Cove,
Kent- there's
like,
Kent
there's a
Park.
lot of them.
I mean, this supports a lot of it. And we realize, it's not like it hasn't been unheard, and we're gonna continue to
no, I
support it.
don't understand
We
that.
just need
I
the people-
understand that you guys keep trying, but they keep kicking it out.
Right, so the
It's
only
not
way
right.
to
It's not-
combat that is to get residents to band together and work together to support each other on that. That's the only way, because you've seen what happens. That will continue to happen. So if you wanna be a leader in this issue and get something done, then you have to approach it in a different manner.
I mean,
So-
the issue is that private roads open to the public. It's a public safety issue, as you said.
mean,
I totally agree with
And
you.
Right now, if an ambulance drove up there, the patient's gonna fall right out of fire and police can't even get up there.
Get in touch with people that live over in Kent Park. They say the exact same thing.
Bluefish Cove.
In Bluefish Cove, anybody on roads like that. So,
They're willing to take your tax money, but they're not willing to give you anything back.
Yeah, I mean, Plymouth, they do it on a regular basis, you don't even have to ask them. Why can't Marshfield do that?
it's just not the way that we're set up. So that's the only solution right now. And you can't, The only way to change it is through town meeting. And it's not gonna happen through an article that we put on there because they just don't allow it. So it really has to come down to the people who are suffering, living on those roads.
So
to-
you're saying you
Yeah.
have to put an article in, and then they refuse it, then I can copy it. So can you do that, and then I'll copy it?
Yeah, we could do that, yeah.
Well, we can't put an article now for this town meeting because
We'll put
it's
it
too
in
late.
for-
It would have to be for the spring. But you could do a citizen's petition for, what's the date of the town meeting in October? Does anybody know off the top of their
It's too
head?
late to do this, it's a petition.
You can do 100 signatures, it's not too late.
It's
It's
too
only-
late to put it in.
Well, for-
Oh, I can't, I literally have no sense of time. I've been in a time
It's
warp since
closed.
May.
It's-
For a citizen's petition, you could do
Yeah.
that last minute,
No, you
right?
can't. No.
Okay.
You have to put it in at the same time that the warrant articles are open to submit it. We'll do it in the spring. We have an article for private roads, X amount of dollars. If they kick it out, well, what you do is we'll just give it to you, copy it, have either 100 signatures or 10, depending on which one you want, special or the annual, and put it in, and it will go in as an article, citizens petition. And then town meeting votes for it.
So how do I know when you guys are doing
What do you say?
How does he know when we're gonna do it?
Well, we'll probably have an article ready for,
Usually it goes in, we put
February.
I was just gonna say
mid-February.
January, February.
February, by mid-February would have to be.
We have to submit our budget before Christmas. Actually, November. Has to go in November. So we're gonna, the next couple of months, we're putting the budget together. So all those articles will go forward. Because then it goes to capital budget and goes to the different committees. And then it gets printed to go for the spring.
Are there meetings
so
when
we're,
they approve that? Are
so
there
we're-
meetings public?
yeah, they're all
Yeah.
public. They're all public.
You can go,
And you can go to the capital budget committee and argue to support the private roads.
but you need more people. You can't be one, like if one person shows up, they're not gonna typically listen. So, as I said, getting together with other people in the same situation from different neighborhoods around town.
And the issue from the capital budget committee. 'cause
I
they're-
can put you in touch with some
yeah,
people,
what they-
because I
what
get
they-
these
What they're
messages all the
given,
time.
they're given a number to buy the select board of, say, $1.5 million. And they get $8 million worth of projects. They're gonna cut it where the voice is the less. Usually, for schools, police, public safety, and then the private roads are like the low end. So that's why it's always being cut, because there's not enough money to go around, and they're trying to appease the most people. But as Diane said, the bigger the voice,
Yeah.
the bigger the support.
Right, so start reaching out to people in neighborhoods that are dealing with the same thing. And be a unit,
Can we get
and
your
go to
con-
capital
can we
budget
get
as a
your
unit.
contacts?
What's that?
Excuse me, can we get your
Yeah.
contacts? If
Yeah.
you write it.
I have it.
Yeah, that's not my real name.
Oh, it's not your real one.
Yeah, write it down here. Put it in
Here,
your,
I was gonna give it,
she can send it out. to
actually,
us.
just put it in my phone.
She can send it out to us, and then we can tell you what's going on, okay?
Yeah, and I just think I need, not just this board, I need,
Yeah, we can,
I just don't think,
if it goes before capital budget, we'll tell you.
yeah, if you can let me know, then I'll try it.
Yeah, we can keep you posted.
Because,
You take a look at this.
Tom knows, I talk to him about it all the time, it's like,
So your job is to start getting in touch with people in other neighborhoods, your neighbors there, but then other neighborhoods around Marshfield. Where can he get the list of private, public roads?
It's online.
We have them, they're
Online.
online on the website.
Yeah.
All the roads are online.
Right, but where exactly? I mean, the website's kind of hard to navigate. Can
Town
you?
clerk. Yeah, DPW.
DPW, we have a book.
Actually, there's I think the town clerk has it too.
We have a book that lists all the roads in town and designates private open to the public.
Can he get a copy?
So if he goes over to the building, will they give him a copy of those
Yeah,
roads?
it's
So
an
he
older,
can.
it's an older copy, but I can get them.
But isn't the town clerk have a copy of that?
She does, I believe she
She does.
does.
So that'll be the first place to start, is finding out what roads they are, and then write a letter, and go to those neighborhoods and give it out, and get people to come together with this issue. That's what you have to do to make an impact.
It's the dirt roads. Is
Because
it-
one person, you're wonderful to come, and we hear everything you're saying and agree, but they're not gonna listen to one person. So you have some months before needing to prepare for the spring, so you gotta get people
We're still
together.
working on that process too. That is, town council is working on the road acceptance policy that has to be voted on by DPW planning and the Board of Selectmen. So we need to, actually, we hired a firm to look into the process through the registry of how many roads are actually on the books, and is our book accurate? We know it needs to be updated, because there's been a lot of new development in certain areas of town that I don't think are shown in this book. So Michelle's pretty good in water, of keeping track of the new developments too, because she does the billing for the water, so she's worked with us on trying to update this book, so it's a work in progress. And we've gone from a 4-page or 3-page applications for road acceptance, and the thing's probably, it's like a book now that you have to fill out.
So he's looking for regular maintenance
Right.
money, which,
So we're looking.
We've got money at the annual for
We did.
for roads.
For
We're getting money at the special for dirt roads in October.
Oh, we are.
Yes, we're getting $70,000.
that goes in
That's
every
normal,
year.
that's,
So put T-Rock Lane on
This
it.
is over and
Right.
above what we've got in the past.
The 70,000?
We ask for 70,000, we don't always get it.
Right,
So we always ask for it at the annual,
right.
and we
yeah.
didn't get it.
Right.
So we're getting 70,000 towards roads in the special in October, to do exactly what he's asking.
Right, it's gonna be voted on,
It's gonna be passed as a free cash.
right. So, but it still has to pass town meeting.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying, people have to go vote
so
yes.
who's gonna say no to that?
Well, hopefully nobody.
Hopefully nobody voted.
Like,
We've had
town
pretty.
hall or what?
No, town hall is giving us this money.
Okay.
So normally, we don't get
Yeah.
we're getting it in the special out of the free cash account.
But it still has to pass town meeting.
It has to pass the
Is
free
what I'm
cash.
saying.
I
It's
don't,
only-
I
it's
can't
only gonna
remember,
be
Article 3 or
20.
Article 4. But
Right, so,
it's a necessity, and once it's on the floor, we usually always get the vote in favor of it.
yeah.
I just don't wanna make any promises,
No,
right?
no,
You know what I
you
mean,
never
right
know
now.
what's gonna
but-
happen.
I understand, that's why,
Right.
I'm just trying to understand how it
Yeah.
works, that's why I'm here, because
Right.
I really don't want to become the next Bob Parkus, but
Why not?
If I have to get that money, I will be.
Well, he's at every town meeting, that's for
He
sure.
hasn't been in a while.
He's not well. I think.
Okay, so are you all set? Can we move on?
Yeah.
We
I'll
got
get-
your
I'll get
contact.
you
You'll
the
send
book.
it out to
Okay.
the other board members.
Yes.
So we'll each of us have.
Did you want to put an email address or?
Yeah.
You don't want to be the next Joe Pacelli, chief.
Commissioner,
I was gonna come have.
don't talk out of turn here.
I was gonna actually have you train me.
I have an institute I'm setting up.
What did I
How'd you
miss?
make that over there?
I did the update on 2.
Okay, great.
So we'll wait for you, Todd.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming,
Yep.
coming in. It's a mess.
so you did Plain Street and Surf Ave?
No, I just did Surf Ave.
Okay, great. 965 Plain Street. The building, we have our occupancy permit. I moved the highway guys, water guys.
Hold on a second. Excuse
Yo,
us.
Can you take it out? So
Commission.
we moved we're trying to get them out of the trailers into the locker rooms so that we can give the trailers back because of the cost of the trailers every month and it's up on the 15th, so I might be able to get them both out by the end of the week. We're waiting for the paving. We have to lower 2 catch basins so that we don't get any puddling, and as soon as they're done and the trailers are moved, they'll be coming in to pave. Once it's paved, I'm anticipating our first meeting in October being in that building. So I'm looking forward to that. The internet is hooked up, the phones are working. I just got to get the computers, we're waiting on the computers. Excuse me, I got a price on the cameras and the key cards for the door passes, so we'll be installing them. We're still waiting on the transfer switch. It's backlogged and it's been pushed out again until the middle of October. That's for the generator to transfer over and then back. We can't test any of the generators and any of the other equipment until we get that transfer switch. So we're working on that. We found some condensation issues with the HVAC. We've been working on that. So we've got equipment on order, the lifts for the equipment maintenance. They're due first week in October. Once we get those lifts in and installed, then we can move equipment maintenance into their shop. We'll then take cemetery and move them into where equipment maintenance is. Water will get a small, the back room for their skater will also be a lockup for all their brass. So we're moving along pretty good there, that first bay. And the existing, the administration building, we're gonna make like a, we'll put shelving up and all the engineering files and plans and everything, flat files will all go in the back of that bay. So they'll have an area to work. It's pretty congested upstairs. They don't really, other than the conference room, which we use a lot during the day for Zoom meetings and things, and consultants come in. But all in all, we're moving ahead. We're still held up with the solar up there. We don't know what's going on there, but as I said, I'm looking first meeting in October of holding it in 965 Plain Street. I'll have all the paving done, the lines are all painted in the bays and the vehicle storage, so we're moving ahead.
Good.
All right, good.
Plymouth Ave Pump Station update. I know there was a meeting the end of last week.
We're talking about the flood proofing.
The flood
We need to
proofing.
get, in order to get the funding, we needed to demonstrate that it was flood proof, so we had to have our engineer prepare a flood proof certificate, so he submitted that last week. So we're at basically 100% design, we gotta review that, and then we'll go out to bid. So that should be in late September, early October.
Okay.
The DPW superintendent search update is, we have 6 applicants. 1 applicant has withdrawn, so we're down to 6. We've got all 6 scheduled to interview on the 23rd, a week from Saturday. The plan is to select 3 of the 6 candidates to present to you on the 29th. And then I thought it might be good to interview them all in one day.
The 29th?
Well, the 29th of September is a Monday night, that's our next meeting.
That's a Friday.
I'm sorry, the 25th. I got it mixed, the 25th.
Right, okay.
The 29th is actually Saturday, I think.
29th is Friday, that's the
Friday?
next week, so
Oh,
it
okay.
wouldn't be that meeting.
Okay, so, all right, so what I thought was on that Monday night meeting, I would present the 3 finalists for you to interview. Now, I thought Saturday, the 30th, would be a good day in the morning to interview all 3?
No, a funeral,
Oh, okay.
His funeral's
So you
that
can't
day.
do that, okay.
right. So,
So we'll have to push it out a little further. So it'll have to be the following Saturday, October.
three interviews on a Saturday?
Well, that's usually the best day to do it.
Okay.
I was interviewed on a
Okay.
Saturday. We were going to interview all 6 of them on a Saturday. That way you can get them all there in one day and get it over with.
So we're interviewing 3 on the 25th. Correct? Is that
No.
what you just said?
I was going to present the 3 that
Oh.
we interview on the 23rd. I was going to give you the 3 finalists for
Okay.
you to interview. And we can, because that has to be a posted meeting. And it doesn't give me enough time between the 23rd and the 25th
Okay.
to call and set up interviews.
Okay, so when you said presented, I wasn't sure. Okay, so you're presenting them to us on the 25th, and then you want us to, we're doing interviews on the 7th. I guess.
That we'll have to do it, you can't do them on the 30th, so.
So the next Saturday is the 7th.
Right, so the next
Okay.
Saturday would
Is
be
that
the
Columbus Day
7th.
weekend?
That's Columbus Day weekend.
That might be a problem.
Well, maybe we're gonna have to call a meeting and do it on a night.
Yeah.
So if we pick the 3, we'll have to figure out what night works for everyone.
Okay.
Maybe,
Oh, Monday, the 2nd is is that Columbus Day?
9th.
the 9th is Columbus Day.
Oh, okay, well then, Monday the 2nd, or no?
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
That would only be a week later, so,
We
Yeah.
start early.
We could start, let me see, maybe we can do it on a Monday night. Let me,
because then we're looking at the 16th for the next Monday.
yeah, so let me figure it out and I'll get back to you
All right.
on that, how we can do this.
Okay, all right. We got it going.
Yeah, and then DPW, Board, Public Works, Recording Secretary, we had the interviews today. We selected a candidate that we're going to offer her the job. It's a part-time position, and Anne Marie is going to give her some training. We're going to sit with her and go through everything that she needs to do and make herself available if needed at any time for her, she said.
Good.
So,
That'll be good.
yeah, the Hills Playground, we're almost there. We had to wait for some borders, we ordered some borders. We have to put a little, now that we got the borders in, we have to build up the wood chips a little bit more. I know the social media has been going crazy from what I understand, asking when it's gonna open. And I had a police officer's son call me the other day and asked me if this was gonna open soon. So the neighbors are thrilled, and I was thinking maybe if we could do a ribbon cutting up there or something, maybe on a Saturday sometime in the future. that, and when we finish Rockwood Road, I'd like to do a final ribbon cutting up there. We've got a flagpole going up and some ornamental caps on the posts and stuff, so it's looking nice up there. Other than that, that's all I have.
Sounds good to me.
Anyone
Make a
have any-
motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Ken.
Thank you,
Thanks,
sorry to keep
Commissioner.
you waiting.
No worries, how did you